Hi guys, I am Christina Heideck of PTO Answers, and today we're going to talk about the reality of school this school year, the 2021 school year as a PTO leader. So apologies in advance if it's a little loud. Apparently the water department just now decided to start digging up portions of my street, so there's like heavy construction sounds in the background, so apologies if those are distracting to you. But just like everything else this year, it's like super funky, so like why not have trucks outside? And maybe you might be able to hear my son playing drums for band class in the background too, but hey, we're just going with this. So let's get into it. So this year, super funky, don't have to, I know that's not news to you. I really was hoping it would be shaking out a little differently. I had high hopes in the spring that maybe it would be a little different, but alas, here we are. I know so many leaders this year are just wondering, like, what do I even do? Like, can I even do anything? Am I just supposed to be sitting on my hands this year? Is this just a lost year? And so I guess it's like a make it kind of work moment. If you're a Project Runway fan, I call it making lemonade out of all of those lemons, because there is no doubt there's an overabundance of lemons this year. And so it's like, how do we deal with that as PTO leaders? So I think some people will have the tendency to be like, writing off this year, just be like, it's over. We can't do anything until we can be back in the building and things are more normal. Then we have other people who are like, no, wait a minute. That seems like awfully rash to go right there just to throw in the towel. I think we all stepped up into this role because we want to give back, for sure. We enjoy giving back. We enjoy doing the work for our schools and community. So are we really gonna let a pandemic stand in our way? I'm going with no. I know that me personally, it's just taken me a little bit more time to like get there mentally about what I can do. So I think that I want to challenge you. If you feel like you need to be sitting on your hands, if you feel like there's nothing you can do because you can't get in the building, like you can't have your meetings in there, you can't have any programs, can't put any events on. So like, what's the point? You're kind of missing the point of what PTOs and PTAs are all about. And at the core, that's making life better for our kids and the teachers and staff, and also just bringing the community together. So I can't think of another time that in our history, well, of course, that I've experienced, but I can't think of a better time right now than now for PTAs and PTOs. Like, this is what we were kind of put together for, to be creative, be out of the box thinkers. And it just amazes me, like, the more I talk to people, like even in my own units, as well as people, other superstars in the superstar PTA, PTO leader group, people are coming up with some like really fantastic options. And I think the key is just like knowing what you can and what you cannot do. So if you haven't yet, get a meeting with your building administrators to see what the ground rules are. Because once you know kind of the sandbox that you're playing in, then you can get to town. Like, you can start making all sorts of plans. And there's a ton of things that you can do. And we're gonna get into more of what you can do, like the types of events you can do. I have ideas to share with you in the coming days. But today I just kind of wanted to give you that motivational boost that you might need to be like, hey, wait, I thought I was going to have to write off this year. But no, woman, we can do some really great things this year. And I think it's just going to be a different type of PTO. Of course, that sounds really stupid, but just acknowledge it's going to be different, but it doesn't have to mean it's bad. I think it's a really great opportunity for people who have been hesitant to get involved because they just didn't have time to be in the building to get involved, because now that's not even an option. You can't be in the building. So how else can you give back? What else can you do to support your community? Just today I was emailing back and forth with a PTA or a PTO leader. She and I had emailed the people on my email list a couple weeks ago about the whole let's make lemonade out of lemons. And she's like, I really love that because I was feeling like very overwhelmed and it was kind of a hot mess. And you just spoke to me on that. And so she like told me exactly what she got out of the email, which I hadn't even suggested, but what she took away from it. And I was like, yes, you got it. Like I was going to get there eventually, but she got it. So we're going to be talking about that a little bit more tomorrow. So I definitely want you to come back and see the topic for tomorrow's video. But what you can do today is you can go ahead, if you haven't already, I highly suggest I put a really fabulous little guide together for you. It's called the PTO Pandemic Playbook, because who doesn't love an alliteration just like that? I love the play on words and stuff like that. So I will drop the link to the playbook. It's an absolutely free resource. All you have to do is give me your email address so I know where to send it. But in there, you're going to see kind of the suggestions of what you can do. So and I'll give you a little sneak peek, like I already told you before. Like the first step is knowing what you can and cannot do. So you're going to want to get a phone call or a meeting with your building administrator to kind of share ideas with them and get their feedback. They might have really great ideas. And this is a really fantastic opportunity for collaboration because some of the roadblocks that are normally in place aren't there anymore. I know last night at my middle school, PTA, we had a really nice turnout of more staff members who came. Normally that many staff members don't come to meetings, but because it was on Zoom, we had a couple new faces and it was just really nice. So I want you to just kind of shift your thinking away from, oh my God, so many lemons and what the heck are we gonna do, to what are we gonna do? Like the possibilities, you're only bound by your imagination, I really feel. So I just think it's a really great time to be creative. Like I've had meetings for all of my PTAs so far this year, and at every one, someone has shared a new and different idea that I'm like, we are smart. Like, that is good. People are really going to enjoy that. Not only are they going to enjoy it, we can pull it off. It's going to make us feel good, and it's going to serve our long-term purposes. So like, I can't think of anything better than that, really. So bottom line is this school year a bust for PTOs? Absolutely not. I think if you are willing and have creativity, and maybe you stick along with me if you're not that creative, you can feel free to steal my ideas and make them your own, like put your own little spin on them. That's what I'm here for. So I just wanted to come back and say, we can do this together. So tomorrow I will be back with, and I forgot the specific topic. Oh, I think it was goal setting. That's right. Because part of this, I'm big on goal setting. So let me just flip to my little cheat sheet over here. Without goals, it's really hard to see where you're going. So tomorrow we're going to talk about how do you set goals when it's so freaking uncertain, when things keep changing. But I got a little secret. I think things are really coming into focus more, and it's clear what things are going to look like. I think back in the spring, I always tell people, like, when the question I hate the most is when someone says, where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years? I do not know, because I am so stuck in the present. Like, that to me is such an abstract question. There are so many things that could come in to affect the result that I just can't even start to even imagine that. So I think if you would have asked me what the fall would look like back in the spring, I would have the same idea. There were just too many unknowns. Well, now we kind of do know. We do know the lay of the land, and I just think it's pretty exciting. So if you're feeling defeated, if you're feeling overwhelmed, I want to just acknowledge those feelings and go, well, that's totally normal, but let's put a period and let's move on, and let's get your game plan, and let's get going for a very good year. Okay. So I know we can do this, and I'll be here to be your partner to make it happen. So with that, I am going to hit the road and start preparing for the other live videos. I haven't done a live video in a while because my entire family is here. Just like so many of you guys. They're all here, and we are navigating this, and it is difficult to make all this happen. But I thought, well, I'm just going to dive head on first back into and have a really crazy schedule. I don't think I've ever tried to go live 3 days a week before, but we're gonna try this. So tomorrow we're going to be talking about goal setting. Thursday, super excited, going to be talking about all the tools to make this happen. A lot of them are going to be free resources, and they're not going to be ones I created. They're going to be like that other people did, like Google. Google is our friend. So what you can do right now is go and download the PTO Pandemic Playbook. And I'm going to drop a link in the comments or the description rather, and maybe the comments of the video when I am done here in a second. So look for it, come back. If you haven't downloaded it, go check it out. Really great resource. It talks about planning, event planning, fundraising. Like we're going to get into that next week. Like, should you be fundraising during this time? As well as teacher appreciation and some other things too. So really good resource. Make sure you go grab it. I will be back here tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern, and I hope to see you again. So thanks for watching. Take care until then. Bye-bye.